Hi, I'm Roger Davie. I'm an employment lawyer in El Paso, Texas, and I'm going to answer the question for you. Can you record someone without their knowledge? And I deal specifically with the employment situation, but it applies to most other situations as well. The answer in Texas is generally that you can record somebody without their knowledge as long as you're part of the conversation. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule, and I would advise you to seek legal counsel if you have a specific situation. But in general, as long as you are part of that conversation, you can record it. So if you're on the telephone and you're talking with someone, you record it. As a general rule, it's legal to do that as long as you're part of the conversation. If you have a personal meeting with someone and you have it in your pocket, recorder, you can record them without their permission as long as you're part of that conversation. The exceptions generally come in with governmental situations or legal situations where you're talking to a lawyer or maybe a doctor sometimes too. That might also have implications that you want to be careful with. But it's just if you're talking to your employer, you're talking to somebody that you just want to make sure that you have that recording down. It's legal to do in Texas as long as you're part of the conversation. One thing it's not legal to do, and that's something that could be a serious crime, and that is to record a conversation between two people or more than or several people where you're not part of that conversation. In other words, you're not there, they don't know you're there. In other words, if you take a recorder into a room and hide it and turn it on and walk out the door, then that can be a crime. That's a federal crime, and so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're part of the conversation, and just to be safe, make sure your words are on that recording so that no one doubts that you were there and that you recorded it. Now, this is specific to Texas. Every state has separate rules. Texas is what's called a one-party state, and that means that only one party has to know about the conversation. You don't need to ask for permission to record it, and quite frankly, even if someone says, I don't want you to record me, they can't keep you from recording that as long as you are part of that conversation. As a general rule, I don't like recording people without their knowledge. I think it makes you look sneaky and underhanded. By the same token, if you think people are going to lie down the line, sometimes people do it. Thank you very much.